The CVS Show, exploring the nation's second favourite pastime. Go to www.exetercvs.org.uk to find out how you can make a difference in your community.
We're joined on the show by Rhonda from the Children's Society of Checkpoint Torbay. Last time you were on the show, you said it's about time you got some new jingles. Well, I haven't, have I?
Sorry, John, I shouldn't have mentioned it. You kindly let me come along and I insult you in the opening piece. Sorry.
Well, I suppose we really keep that jingle going. It's a Halloween theme to it, really, isn't it?
That is the CVS jingle.
It's
been around since we nearly started the show, and it's just got to stay. It is us.
I am sitting here grinning ear to ear, so it's certainly cheery.
We've got to get our money out. It cost a lot of money to do that.
It did.
Yeah, the flights,
off to the jungle.
The jungle stuff, yeah.
And Bruce.
But Bruce's expenses are immense. He has to have a Battenberg cake with him the whole time. Only the best.
Of course.
So, we have to keep playing it to make the money out of it.
So I'm sorry, Rhonda, you're stuck with it, and when you come back in a couple of years' time, it's still going to be here.
Still going to be there, yeah. We might add some more animals onto it, depending where we go.
Yeah.
A CVS day trip to Paint and Zoom, we can probably record some penguins or something.
Oh, that'd be nice.
That'd be lovely, wouldn't it?
And some meerkats.
Meerkats, you ever get some of them, yeah?
I don't know whether that's what they sound like.
I think that's probably what they sound like, yeah.
That will do anyway.
Yeah. Okay, so
back in the room. Again.
Well, it's an anniversary, really, Rhonda, isn't it, for the Independent Visitor Scheme? 3 years tomorrow?
Yeah, I can't believe it. I've been with the Children's Society more or less for 6 years. I'd had a previous role in other volunteer coordinator role. And it was 3 years ago tomorrow that I started with the Independent Visitor Service, and it was my role to grab hold of every bit of information I could find about how to run an independent visitor service and provide a service for young people who are in care and looked after by Torbay Children's Services, basically to give them hopefully a trusted adult to take them out and have fun with them once a month.
Yeah, a really, really important service. I mean, I remember when you did start the whole service up. It was literally from scratch, isn't it?
Yeah, it really was.
And it was the 1989 children's recommendations from the government, wasn't it, that every young person in care ought to have an independent adult that they can go and spend time with. It's got nothing to do with their family or the authorities, just completely independent. And the Children's Society took this on. Yeah,
that's right. I mean, we do run it. The Children's Society run the Independent Visitor Service across 6 locations across the UK. And we'd really wanted to develop the service in Torbay. So when we actually got the opportunity to, we grabbed it with both hands. And actually, we put a lot into it because, as you know, you don't always get the money to deliver a service as it actually costs.
Yeah.
One of the beauty of this service is that we're directly helping young people who, basically often have lower outcomes in life and, have to battle a lot to be able to achieve. So hopefully by having someone they can go out, have fun with, get away from their normal routine, someone they can trust and build a long-term relationship with, it can help change their outcomes, change their outlook and make them feel good about themselves, that someone else wants to be with them and spend time with them.
Exactly. I mean, this is reminding me of something that an event that you and I went to, Emily, about 5 years ago up at the university. And what it was a group of students who, as part of their degree, were looking at...
I remember.
I can't know what their degree was. It was something quite business...
business orientated.
But their task was to come up with a need and fulfil it with a charity. And I think it was quite competitive. And I think the group that won it, what they'd done is they'd researched children in care. And they came up with these incredibly sad statistics about the high percentage of people who are in prison who were children in care, the low achievement of school qualifications for children in care. So it was quite bleak and very, very obvious that something that really needed to be done. And this is actually changing people's lives for the better.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a couple of quotes here because obviously I'm constantly asking the young people, what do you think of the service?
Yeah.
And I ask the foster carers. So I give them a few months for the young person and the independent visitor volunteer to have, a few meetings, get used to each other, try and build a bit of trust before I say, what do you think of it now? Do you know what I mean? I don't want to go in too soon. They go, I don't know and don't like him because it takes a while.
away, please. Yeah.
It takes a while to build a relationship because these young people have been let down often time and time again. So that volunteer has to be reliable, committed, and hopefully have a lot of fun together.
Yeah.
But some of these quotes. So, for example, one of the young people said, I said, what went well? What did we do well? And they said, you chose the right person for me.
Oh wow.
Oh,
that's down to you.
Yeah. And then they said, they're kind.
Yeah.
They look after me. Foster care said he really enjoys his time with his independent visitor. You gave me someone to talk to. Now I laugh at that because I think that sounds so simple, doesn't it? So basic, but there's just so much in there. Another young person said it was the right person with the right attitude.
That's good.
Obviously, that was a slightly older young person. A bit more insight there. And I don't always get as much as I'd like from the young people because, they're out doing it and having fun. They're not so vocal. It's a bit more difficult to get feedback for them.
Yeah.
But 100% of them said they'd recommend our service to a friend.
That is really good.
Well,
You don't get
that's success.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even I can do maths like that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, that just says it all, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. But I think a big part of this is actually, what that young person said. You got the match right.
And funny enough, I've got some other good news. Not only have we been running the service for 3 years now, but in the last 6 months we've taken on 2 independent visitor volunteers employed at Checkpoint Torbay.
Oh, wow.
Fantastic.
Okay, which is really great. But also 4 of our counselling volunteers have also got jobs with us, which is fantastic.
That is brilliant.
And so I was alongside one of my new colleagues and yesterday doing some work, and she said to me, you know what? Because she's an independent visitor and works for us because she isn't going to give up her role as a volunteer. And she said, you guys are really good at making the right match.
Yeah.
I thought, wow, that's really great because I've got 3 or 4 young people that have, said that in just recent feedback. And I've got someone who I've been, working with for nearly a year now. And for her to say that and to hear, how much her relationship with her young person's developed, how much the trust, the things they talk about is different.
Yeah.
Everything's different about it. And, and another volunteer said to me, I said, where's your expenses? She said, I'm not putting them in. I said, why? He said, well, it doesn't feel like it's a volunteer role anymore.
This is what she does.
I'm just seeing my friend every month.
Yeah.
But obviously she has to write up a bit of paperwork and we have to talk about it now and again so I can support her if anything comes up.
Yeah.
But it's wonderful here. It's not something that taxes them. It's something that they can enjoy, the volunteers, and get a lot out of it, and so can the young person.
Yeah. And that's why, and the matching process is very carefully done, and that's why we do encourage anyone who thinks they're interested to get in touch, because if it isn't right for you, that will come out
most definitely.
Probably quite early on in the process, and then you'll realise, no, this isn't the sort of thing I want to do, but thank you for the opportunity.
The thing is, it's a great opportunity in that you have fun, you're supporting someone, it's a great reward, but it's only a few hours a month, so it's doable, and 90% of the volunteers work full time.
Yeah, that's we were talking about this earlier on. That's interesting, isn't it? It's kind of busy people adding something in that's actually enhancing their lives.
Yeah,
and actually that really ties in because we've just done all the volunteer centre statistics for the last year for our annual impact report, and usually the most people volunteering the age group were the 25 and under, so kind of like students, but actually that has taken a shift now to the 26 to 39. So people more who are working are also volunteering. Ask a busy person.
And I think it's about, sometimes people can be not necessarily dissatisfied in their job, but they want something more, and so that can give them something more. One of my volunteers said to me, well, basically we were doing supervision, and he said to me, he said, I really believe that I'm having a positive impact on my match young person's life, just as he is having a positive impact on mine.
Exactly. That's it, isn't it?
This volunteer.
It's not a chore. It's an enhancement. Yeah.
2 years. This volunteer, 2.5 years. This volunteer's been matched with 2 years. They've been matched. Every month a visit. Yeah. Started with small visits, got longer. Now they have whole days out together.
Yeah.
And they go, it's a shame the day's ended. We've had cake, we've been to the cinema, And it's just fantastic because the volunteers are really keen to tell me about what a great time they've had, And And the feedback I get from the foster carers, the social workers, is incredible. It's saying that these young people have got a little bit of a lighter, gait in their step. Do you know?
They're more confident.
I've got this volunteer who come for supervision this week, and he said his young person now hums and sings little tunes to himself because he's so comfortable with him.
Yeah.
And that, that's taken quite a few, 9 or so visits for him to get to that point where we can relax with his own little ways.
Yeah.
Yeah? But it says so much about that.
In the whole scheme of things, if those visits are only a couple of hours initially, so you're only talking 18 hours, and actually that's a relatively short period of time.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
For somebody to feel comfortable. And again, it's down to that matching, Rhonda.
Yeah.
And I think if you don't get that right, it's not going to work.
And that's the thing, volunteers can find out a little bit about it, or potential volunteers, share this information. It's a few hours a month. And the thing is, if it ain't for them, by having a chat with me, by looking at what I can show them, at what this role's about, they can quickly make a decision. They can come along to a taster night, I want to make this accessible for people, and because I prefer people to potential volunteers to deselect themselves.
Yeah.
Because it ain't for them, fine, but it is for them. It can be something that changes their life.
Their lives, yeah.
But more importantly, the life of a young person who's looked after.
That feeling comfortable thing. These could well be children or young people who don't have anyone they feel particularly comfortable with because of the way their lives have gone up to this point.
Well, exactly. The people around them in their life are often people who are paid to support them. Social workers, foster carers, community care workers, people who are paid. So many of the young people don't actually realise that they can't get their head around that this person who's visiting them once a month is a volunteer.
I wanted to ask that. Does it take a while for the young person to actually work out what's going on?
Most definitely. And again, another volunteer who came along for supervision, we're talking, we're catching up, and we do that every other month. We have face-to-face supervision. And he said, yeah, he got it. I said, what do you mean? He said, he got it that I wasn't getting paid.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, what happened? And he said, well, something come up, and he said, I suppose I suppose you'll be moving on to another job. And I was like, no. The volunteer said, I do this because I want to. And the young person said, oh, that's really kind. I was like, and the volunteer was with me, and he was like almost welling up.
Yes, yeah, I can imagine.
It was really lovely. Really lovely.
Talking about taster nights, you got a couple coming. One in November. There's one tonight, actually, isn't there?
Yeah, I've got one tonight.
And where is that, Rhonda?
That one's at Asda, and I still can give you my phone number at the end of in a moment.
So if you can make tonight, it's still possible.
That'd be fantastic.
Asda
in Newton Abbot.
Okay.
And I'm going to hold another one in November, but I haven't put a date in yet because I want to look at the level of interest that comes through.
Yeah.
And also, if I have, if basically I try and fit in a date that suits others.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So, for example, because I have 90% employed volunteers, I'm doing it in the evening tonight.
Yeah.
Other times I do things on a Sunday, and if I've got people who are available during the day, I can do it at the project.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so kind of accommodating people, make sure they can get there. What was I going to ask about? It was about, about career change. So you've got people who are full-time working and they do this, and it's because they need something else that's a bit more interesting, because their job may well be okay, but not particularly interesting. But the fact that you've now got employed people down a checkpoint, that's a career change thing, isn't it?
It's absolutely fantastic. I've always I've got very strong volunteering core values, and I think it's really important, being able to support one to develop their interests, experience and skills, but to then be able to hopefully enable them to get a job, whether it's with us or another organisation, because of their contact with us, their support, what they've learnt with us, the training we've given them. Makes me proud to be part of that.
Yeah, definitely.
And the good thing is about that, they know your ethos, they know how you work, so it's a win-win, isn't it?
Well, let's put it like this: my volunteers, every single one of them, are incredible ambassadors of Checkpoint Torbay and the Children's Society.
Yeah,
I'm so proud of them. I'm so impressed with the time they give, and I've seen the difference it makes to the young people. And we've got 22 young people matched at the moment. We've matched over 30 young people in the last 3 years.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
You know, and I'd like to do more. I'm not happy with where I am. I want to move forward. I want to help more young people, and hopefully today, and for all the support you guys always given me, we can continue to do that and hopefully reach more young people.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We'll do some marketing for that. We'll have a song, and then we'll get some contact stuff going, I think, as well.
Yeah,
so.
absolutely.
For up-to-date programme information, gig news and arts events, check out the website phonic.fm.
And check out the CVS website, www.extracvs.org.uk. Loads of good stuff on there, isn't there?
Loads of good stuff.
New articles every day.
Every day.
Cool pictures. We like pictures, don't we?
We love pictures, so
Yeah.
go and visit it.
Go and visit, indeed. Talking about pictures and websites and social media, that stuff's all kind of burgeoning, really, isn't it, with you guys, Rhonda, at the checkpoint?
Oh yeah, we're really, really happy. We had a volunteer who was an independent visitor volunteer, and she had a little bit of time every week, so she asked if she could help out in the office. So next thing she knows, she'd persuaded our programme manager to get behind a Facebook page. Next thing you know, she's running the Facebook page.
Brilliant.
Next thing you know, some jobs come up. She got a job, Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. And we've got a fantastic Facebook page.
Excellent.
We're delighted.
That is really, really good, yeah. Oh, we'll have to follow on Facebook. I don't know much about Facebook.
The thing is, all our campaigns are on there. And it tells you all about some really good stuff that can help the local community improve their lives and the lives of young people. Because there's some great little hints, some little links to stuff to help you with hardship, and little things to do in the holidays and so on. Check it out.
Indeed. Because you guys are on Twitter, I know that.
Yeah, we're on Twitter. Look, I'm not very good at that bit, but I do know we're on the Children's Society Checkpoint Torbay page. Yeah, check us out. And obviously check us out on our website, the Children's Society, and put in Checkpoint Torbay and whip up, and it'll tell you all the services that we provide there. Okay.
And tonight, if somebody has got the time and really wants to get involved, they can come along to your to your taste evening, which is a Newton Abbot Asda. What is it like in the fruit and veg section?
Yeah. Well, exactly. What I do is I loiter around customer services and whip people who look disinterested, and they could do something to inspire their lives. No, I mean, I'm really lucky that I've got a great relationship with Asda in Newton Abbot, and they give me a free training room.
Lovely. That's good.
Not only does that save us money, and it saved us hundreds of pounds over the last 3 years, but also what it does, it gives me an opportunity to base myself centrally, so that volunteers have got an equal distance to travel.
That's good. That's
to attend
fairness.
the training, because I like a bit of fairness. Obviously, I pay them reasonable volunteer travel expenses as well, and I provide a few little niceties to nibble on during the training.
That's good.
But yeah, so tonight I'm delivering a taster session, and basically I can give you this number, and if they call me before 6:30, they'll be able to come in. After that time, I will be delivering training.
Okay.
So the number is 0778 979 4185.
Okay.
That's
good. So when I get back to the office, I might tweet that out for you if you want.
That'd be great.
Yeah, just in case somebody's in that part of the world and thinks, well, I wouldn't mind finding a bit more out about that.
I'm in Asda anyway, doing my shopping.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah,
picking up your parsnips or whatever, then do a bit of
well, I must say,
training.
the volunteers do really enjoy being in Asda, because it does give them that benefit, because especially if we're doing it a weekday, it's open 24 hours, so they can do a little bit of late shopping as well, which is great. Yeah. Going with a bargain as well.
Going with a bargain with a quick and easy pizza or something. That's good. So people do that, but there'll be another one coming up in November.
Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to talk to people about it, get them excited about it, and hopefully find something that's going to make them feel really good about themselves, move their life forward, and make a difference to the life of a young person.
Yeah, it's just such a worthwhile role. So everyone really get involved. Give Rhonda a call. Turn up tonight at Asda's.
Yeah, do. Yeah. And if I was just thinking about your Facebook volunteer, if somebody was to ring you up, have a chat, and say, actually, I'm interested in being an independent visitor, I'm not sure I'm quite ready, I want to find out more, is there something else at Checkpoint they can start off with?
Well, at the moment, we've got a lot of projects that are just about to... a lot of things that are just about to start the project. But we're not taking on any other volunteers other than the independent visitor volunteers.
That's what you're looking for.
It's the main role at the moment, because we want to concentrate on that. We don't have our fingers in too many pies.
No.
That's the role I'd like to promote today.
Okay, we will stick to that one. That's good.
We have been told.
We've been told. So your actual sort of the full-on training is probably going to be happening towards the end of the year?
I'm doing November the 8th and November the 15th. Now, if I get enough numbers through, I'll whip in a couple more training dates, but I'd love that. I'd love to be so overwhelmed that I could whip in another couple of training dates before Christmas, but if not, then I'm happy to go with the end of January to start full-on training again. But between now and the end of January,
it's
as I said,
feast.
Yeah, basically.
Good.
And this is our 6th cohort of independent visitor volunteers.
Oh, it's amazing, isn't it? Yeah.
Come on.
Definitely, yeah.
Well done, Rhonda.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming along.
Cheers, John.
Good luck this evening.
Enjoy the chocolate.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Are you going to stay around for the volunteer ops, the vol ops?
Unfortunately, as I've got training, I do need to get home to the dog before I pop out.
Okie dokie. Well, thank you very much, and we'll keep us updated, and we'll see you again soon.
Brilliant. Thanks for having me.
Cheers.
Okay.
Your mind. Open your mind. Open your mind. Open your mind.
You've been listening to the CVS show on Phonic FM. The show was produced by John Stammers and Nick Kiss for Exeter CVS. For more information about any of the issues raised in this programme, visit www.exetercvs.org.uk, email cvs@exetercvs.org.uk, call 01392 2020 55, or visit us weekdays 9:30 to 4:30 on King William Street. Exeter CVS is a registered charity supporting the community and voluntary sector in Exeter.